love today's look because it's giving sexy schoolgirl. It's giving. It's giving. She's classy. She's sexy. She knows how to put that shit on. She's classy. She's sexy. She knows how to put that shit on. But anyways, welcome to the Barbie Life 2.0 podcast. I'm your host, Shakira, aka Barbie 2.0. And today we're going to get into some things because it's been real messy these past couple weeks. And I just want to get into it because it's a lot to unpack here, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is the beloved Kiki Palmer. Now, Kiki Palmer has been my idol since I was like 9 years old. She was that dark-skinned girl that I would look up to as a little kid because she was like my only representation. She was on Disney and all these other TV shows and movies where she just represented herself in the best way possible. Like, I related to her so much. Like, she was classy, she was funny, she was bubbly, had personality, and talented. So she was a dark-skinned girl that I definitely looked up to as a little kid, and I loved watching her as well because she was super entertaining. So when I heard about this sad news this week, I honestly felt like I was like hearing about a relative, you know, because I've been with Kiki Palmer since I was a little kid, so you know. But Kiki Palmer's baby daddy is actually really abusive, and she now has a restraining order against him and had to file for custody for their baby because he's dangerous. And there's actually been an article already written about this, and she does explain a few instances where he has displayed toxic and abusive behaviors towards her. So I want to go over it with you guys so we can get a deeper understanding of what's going on and have a detailed explanation about it so you guys understand. Okay? So Kiki Palmer claims that her baby dad, Darius, has been abusive throughout the whole relationship. He owns a handgun, one, and he threatened to kill himself if Kiki Palmer left him. So anytime where she would try to leave the relationship, he would say, "Oh, I'm going to kill myself." And he has a legitimate handgun as well. So she was pretty much manipulated into staying in this relationship with him, even though he's toxic and abusive. And not only that, and there was an incident in February of 2022 where he actually got mad at her for sending him a bikini picture. And as a result of that, he ended up abusing her. So Kiki Palmer actually went into detail about this situation. So I'm going to read it to you guys, okay? So she said, "In the bedroom, he slammed me on the floor and slapped my head from side to side. The next morning, he was standing at the bottom of the stairs near the front door, screaming at me as I was coming down the stairs. When I was almost at the bottom of the stairs, he grabbed me around my neck and body slammed me back onto the stairs. I'm very concerned for Leo's safety." Leo is her son, by the way. "With Darius given his violent and jealous nature."
Hell no.
So this man actually threw her on the stairs and abused her because she sent him a bikini picture. And when you thought it couldn't get any worse, child, it gets worse. So there was also an incident November 7th of 2023, which is literally this week. And he came into her house unannounced and he demanded to take their son out to a game. And when Kiki Palmer refused to give him their son, he abused her. She said, and I quote, "He was yelling, leaning into me, getting into my face. At that point, he lunged into me, grabbing at my neck and my face, knocked me backwards over the couch, stole my phone out of my hands, and then ran out the house." And she also has security footage of this as well. And I think that any woman who's in an abusive relationship, especially as a black woman, you should follow those steps because they already don't believe us when we go to the police station. And we already know a lot of people were not going to believe Kiki Palmer unless she had hard proof. So she was very smart for doing that. And I recommend that all black women do that if you are in an abusive relationship. And the article displayed some images and they're also pretty disturbing. But this is honestly really sad because this man is clearly abusing her. He's clearly hurting her and attacking her. And this is in the comfort of her own home, right in front of their own son, who is an infant. That is a problem. That is a huge problem. And another thing I've also noticed is that when it comes to black women getting abused, I feel like the authorities don't really take it serious until we're damn near dead. Honestly, I feel like when black women say that they're getting abused in their household or in a relationship, the authorities don't really take serious action until it's too late. Because why did it take Kiki Palmer uploading a security footage of him beating her up for them to finally take action? And apparently this man is known to be an abuser because his brother came out with a statement basically saying that he knows that his brother is an abuser and he's the most disgusting human he's ever met. And I'm just like, so his own brother even knows that he's an abuser. Why hasn't he been taking a therapy or something? But let's go over what his brother said, okay? But his brother's name is Sarunas J. Jackson. I think I might be saying it wrong, but who knows? But he said, and I quote, "This is the most disgusting, vile, abusive, manipulative person I have ever encountered in my life. Abuses almost everybody. Y'all will see. Just send positive energy to the babies. Any child in the middle of something like this does not deserve it at all. Wow, so damn sad." And not only did the brother speak out, but Kiki Palmer's mom also came out publicly. And that's how I knew this situation was crazy, because in all the time that I've seen Kiki Palmer since I was a little kid, I have never seen her mom. So the fact that her mom came out of hiding after all these years to speak out publicly was very telling. So let's take a look at what her mom said.
Look, I've never done anything like this. I've been in this business for 22 years. I've seen a lot of stuff, but this is I can't help myself. For Sarunas Jackson to post on his Twitter the ridiculous stuff that he's posting when he knew his brother was abusive. I went to Sarunas over a year ago and told him that his brother was abusive to my daughter, and he said, well, I used to be like that too. What? So now he's posting on Twitter like he's this special guy when we know he's a big boy in Hollywood. He's disrespectful to women just like his little brother. He taught his brother how to be abusive. So he don't get to act like he's this special guy. No, you're a fuck boy and you're a part of the problem.
Honestly, there is a lot to unpack here, okay? So Kiki Palmer's mom stated that the brother knew that he was abusive all this time and pretty much let it slide. And honestly, this is a common thing I see in the black community. There are a lot of people in the black community that have family members that are pedophiles, predators, or even abusive. And their family members say nothing. Why does the black community do that? Why do you guys let pedophiles and abusers into your homes and you guys say nothing? The amount of times I've seen black mothers allow an abuser to come into their home and rape their own daughter, or the amount of times I've seen black men allow a black woman to physically abuse their kids is crazy to me. I don't understand why you guys allow that. That's something that is very, we need to unpack that because that's very common in our community. Our community allows pedophiles, abusers, and predators into the home all the time. And you guys don't say anything. You never call the authorities. You guys don't even think about therapy or anything. You guys just let it slide because they're your family member. And that's not okay, because that's how we end up in situations like this, where a black woman or even a black man is getting abused and an innocent black child is a victim of the situation as well. This happens way too much in our community, and something needs to be done about that. And another huge lesson that I want y'all to take from this is to stop dating down. Okay? I know that black women have been conditioned our whole lives to settle because people have told us that we don't deserve anything but dysfunctional lifestyles and struggle love, but you deserve more. Okay? And you do not deserve to settle for a man who makes less money than you. And I know what you're thinking. What does money have to do with this? When I talk about dating and I say you shouldn't date a man who's not as successful as you or who doesn't have as much money as you, it's not because I'm a gold digger. It's not because I just care about money and I don't care about a man's personality. That's not it. Okay? But a man is a natural provider at the end of the day. Okay? And when he gets next to a woman who makes him feel like he cannot provide for her because she either makes more money than him or she's more successful than him, he is going to be insecure. And he is going to take his insecurities out on his woman. And that is going to damage the relationship and also damage that woman. And that is clearly what was going on in this relationship. Because I read up on Darius, okay? That man is a fitness trainer who's an aspiring actor. So imagine, right? We have a man who is an aspiring actor, right? We've never seen him in a movie. We've never seen him on a TV show. We've never heard of this man ever, okay? He has nothing in his portfolio to show for himself in terms of an acting career. And he's dating Kiki Palmer, one of the most successful actresses in the industry, right? And she clearly has more money than him. So that's already a setup for disaster because he's clearly jealous of his woman because she's living the dream that he aspires to have. And that is why we see him doing manipulative things, like saying he's going to kill himself if Kiki Palmer leaves him. Because he knows that he's not going to bag a better woman than Kiki Palmer. Okay? It's simple as that. He knows Kiki Palmer settled, and he knows he's not going to bag a better woman than her. And that is why we also see him trying to publicly embarrass her all the time. Because do y'all remember the Usher situation? Do y'all remember when he went on Twitter and made a public statement talking about how Kiki Palmer was being a hoe because she was at the Usher concert? He publicly embarrassed her. If he had a problem with how she was behaving at that concert, he could have spoke to her at home. He chose to speak to her online, on Twitter, for the world to see, so he could embarrass her. And that is what insecure men do to their women. They try to make them feel insecure, and they try to embarrass their woman, so their woman can feel less valuable, and so they could feel bigger next to their woman because they genuinely feel small next to her. So, ladies, please do not date down. Okay? It's always going to be a recipe for disaster. It's not just about the money. It's about the dynamic of the relationship, and it's about how secure that man is going to be next to you. So please, date a man in your tax bracket and date a man who is just as successful as you, if not more. So you don't run into situations like this. And I'm not saying you can't get abused by a man who is richer than you and stuff like that. You definitely can. But it's a larger chance when you are dating a man who doesn't have any money. And I see so many black women who get rich and think that they can just date any man because they're rich already and they don't need a provider, right? And Kiki Palmer's not the only one to do this. I love Nicki. I am a barb. But Nicki dated down. I love Rihanna. But Rihanna dated down with A$AP the colorist. And a lot of black women tend to do this because you guys are so used to struggle love. And you guys are so used to being told that you don't deserve more. That you will settle for a man who has less because you got more for yourself. And that's not how it should be. If you have more for yourself, you should be expecting the man that you're dating to have more as well. More than you, at least. You shouldn't want to get rich so you could just date any man and see what's in his heart. Fuck his heart. If he doesn't make as much money as you or if he's not as successful as you, that relationship is going to turn to shit. Because he is going to embarrass you to make himself feel bigger next to you. He is going to project his insecurities. And he is going to be a narcissist. And most likely either verbally or physically abuse you. So please don't date down. Just don't date down. Date a man in your tax bracket. Okay? Another thing I want to say is Kiki Palmer is not married to this man. That is her baby dad. And I think she dropped the ball when she did that. Because Kiki Palmer, for you to be one of the most successful women in the world, and you settled for a man who couldn't give you a ring, but could give you a baby instead, is totally wrong. And I want to tell black women right now, if that man is going to offer you a baby before he offers you a ring, that relationship was already set to be done. That relationship was already set to fail. Okay? Because no, you should not allow a man to put a baby inside of you if he has not dropped a ring on that finger. Period. You should not settle for that. Especially when you are a successful black woman. So Kiki, you dropped the ball when you did that already. Because the fact that a man of that caliber, okay? The fact that that dusty ass man was able to offer you a baby before a ring already shows you his character and already shows how he values you. Okay? So please, stop having babies with men that you're not married to. And stop dating down. And my prayers go out to Kiki Palmer. I really feel bad for her. And I really, really hope that she overcomes this situation. And I also feel bad for their little baby as well, because that baby is pretty much an infant. And for him to be experiencing all this at a young age and seeing his mother get abused is really sickening to me. So another thing that I wanted to get into this week was Sexy Red. So Sexy Red actually got attacked by a security guard, okay, at a concert or a show. And this was really disturbing, okay? And I wanted to play the clip for you guys so you guys see what happened. But it was a mess. So let's take a look. Now, Sexy Red is a dark-skinned woman, okay? And I know I go hard on Sexy Red, but I really don't dislike Sexy Red, okay? I hope you guys know that Sexy Red, I'm cool. I'm cool with Sexy Red. I just believe that dark-skinned women should have more representation than just the ghetto representation. But in terms of Sexy Red, I'm fine with her being famous. I don't really care. You know what I mean? She represents some black girl out there. I just wish that more dark-skinned girls had more representation than just Sexy Red. That's all. But at the end of the day, Sexy Red is still a dark-skinned black woman, okay? And let me tell you something about some of these black men. And emphasis on some, because this is not all. But some black men will openly abuse black women because they know they can get away with it. Because if Sexy Red was a white girl, that security guard would not even fix his hands to touch her, okay? But because she's a dark-skinned black woman, he knows he can get away with abusing her or sexually assaulting her or touching her inappropriately. As simple as that. If that was Taylor Swift on that stage, I promise you that black man would not feel comfortable touching her at all or doing anything that was violent or dangerous towards her. So please, black women, I need y'all to be careful when y'all go out, when you go to the club, when you go to hookah lounges, when you go to the bar. I need you to be careful around some of these black men, because when they see that you got dark skin, they see an opportunity to act a damn fool because they know they can get away with it. And a lot of these black men will only protect who they find attractive, which is their preference, which is most of the time light-skinned women and white women. So you as a dark-skinned girl, I'm telling you right now, you are not safe. And you need to be extra careful when you are out, especially when it's late. Because, like I said, a lot of these black men will see an opportunity to act a damn fool because they know they can get away with it. Because dark-skinned women are the least protected in this society. Okay? Okay. But my heart goes out to Sexy Red. I hope that she's okay and that she's safe. And she's been doing her thing, so congrats to her. She's been selling out shows, so definitely great for her as well. And I really hope that she overcomes that situation and it didn't traumatize her too much. But that was absolutely insane, and that security guard should be arrested. Okay? And another thing I wanted to talk about this week was Chrisean Rock. Now, I know we're all tired of hearing about Chrisean Rock, okay? But sometimes I have to cover some stories because it's really outstanding to me how y'all let this light-skinned woman get away with anything, okay? So I have to highlight it because I know damn well if she was a dark-skinned woman, a lot of these things that y'all let her do would not slide at all. So I have to highlight this and point it out. But apparently, she went to Tamar Braxton's concert because she was invited to go. And she was acting a damn fool and ruined the concert. So I'm going to play a clip of a guy who was explaining what happened. But he was basically saying that Chrisean was acting unprofessional, acting a fool, and she ruined the whole concert. Okay, so let's take a look, all right?
Y'all got to stop. First of all, let me tell you about this ghetto, disgusting gutter butt. I don't even want to call her a girl. First of all, she's trash. She should have never been at my show. So she come to Tamar concert, which I planned, and I will say that, drunk with 1,000 people, smelling like weed, looking dumb, okay? And so apparently she makes music. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? And apparently she wanted to drop a beat. So she was mad that she didn't get to perform. I didn't know she was a performer. And even if I did know she was a performer, she was not getting on the stage that everybody has worked their ass off to make. So first of all, y'all see the video. She was up there a drunk fool. Okay? So now Cardi took your man upset because she didn't get to perform. So again, y'all saw her show her dumb ass during Love and War. She ruined the song. She ruined the concert. She ruined the moment. So then she go backstage and she is upset, okay? Because she didn't get to perform her ringtone. So she storms in Tamar's dressing room with 1,000 people, okay? And everybody's like, nobody knew you were supposed to perform a song. We didn't even know that you made music. We thought you was on Zeus. Right? So everybody's trying to calm her down. She's in there like a dungeon dragon, right? So then James is like, oh, it wasn't on purpose. Like, nobody tried to, like, shade you. We didn't know that you were supposed to sing. She like, lie again. And James like, no, nobody knew. And she hit James right in his face, chipped James' tooth. James' face is bloody. James is at the hospital right now because his nose will not stop bleeding. She's going to prison. And I promise you, and we can cancel all this shit right now. You don't come to nobody's show. Everybody has worked their behind off to make this tour amazing. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have a lot of... So never will I ever let anyone get away coming to anything that anybody I know and care about plan and work hard for and assault them, and I'm letting it go. So I want everybody to let Croissant, whoever she is and whatever she does, I'm coming for every coin she has.
So there's a lot to unpack here, okay? I told y'all that Chrisean would always be limited to Zeus Network and reality TV. And the only type of reality TV that she will get to see is ghetto reality TV, and that's it. She will never be a Kardashian. She will never be in professional movies, and her music career will not go far. And this is why. Because she behaves like a child. And she thinks that this ghetto behavior is going to fly in the music industry because she's so used to Zeus Network and that environment. And she forgets that there are professionals, okay, in the music industry who have been working their ass off for years to have the foundation that they built for themselves. So when you get invited to shows to show up as an appearance and maybe go on stage for a few minutes and you act unprofessionally and you start abusing people because you don't get what you want or because you get into a disagreement, that's a problem. Now you won't be called again for a booking. Now you just lost that opportunity and lost all those connections. And this is what I want to tell you guys, Black women. Please do not look up to Chrisean. If you want to go anywhere far in life, abusing people and acting like a zoo animal will get you nowhere. It will get you nowhere in life. Okay? You need to have the emotional maturity to be able to have conversations with people without feeling like you need to abuse them if you don't like what they said. If you feel like you need to hit somebody because you don't like what they said or because you disagree with them, you need to go to therapy. You need help. You have mental issues. You are not emotionally mature. You have problems. Okay? In the real world, you cannot just start hitting people and acting unprofessional and showing up to bookings drunk as hell and think that you're just going to make it far. You're not. And that is why I say Chrisean is always going to be limited to Zeus Network and ghetto reality TV. She's not going to make it far in the music industry because she does not act professional. She's not professional. She cannot even be in the same room as legends without acting belligerently drunk or getting abusive. And that stuff doesn't fly in the real world. In the real world, you will not be able to land a job. You will not be able to have any opportunities or valuable connections if you just start abusing people just because you don't like what they said. And even if you guys end up not agreeing, you should have the emotional maturity to be able to walk away from the situation without getting violent. That is not normal. And the fact that Zeus Network and Chrisean Rock have normalized that behavior is beyond me. So I want to tell black women that behavior is not normal. And it's only going to get you in jail. And it's only going to have you broke for the rest of your life. Because I promise you, anybody who has a promising future and has shit to lose is not going to be abusing people just because they disagreed with somebody. That's stuff that you only see on Zeus Network. Because those women have nothing to lose. All they have is Zeus Network. And Zeus Network is a platform that allows that behavior. But that doesn't mean that every single environment and every single industry allows that behavior as well. So please, when you see Chrisean act a damn fool, I hope you guys look at it and see it as a lesson of what not to do. Because this is ridiculous. But the last thing I wanted to talk about today was the Grammys. Okay, so the Grammys nominated Nicki Minaj for Barbie World, okay? And she was actually nominated twice. And this has been her first nomination in the past 7 years. Now, we all know that the Grammys is very biased and they don't like Nicki, okay? I like to call them the scammies because, honestly, they're rigged. And every single year I get disappointed by the results because it's like they just play into politics, and it's as if these artists bought their award because the people who win it don't deserve it. The people who win the awards at the Grammys most of the time don't deserve it. The fact that Nicki has not won a Grammy in her whole career, while people like Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion have won Grammys, is beyond me. Because we all know Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. And those bitches are her sons. Okay, without Nicki, there would be no Cardi or Megan. So the fact that Megan and Cardi B have a Grammy and Nicki Minaj doesn't says enough in itself. And they have embarrassed Nicki Minaj for years. There were multiple instances where they could have nominated her. And this is why I want to say something to all my barbs, okay? Nicki has not said anything about the Grammys since they have released their nominations. And I think that is very telling. I think that she's sending us a message by staying silent because the Grammys have played her in her face for years, literally. Ever since that scandal where she did the Roman Catholic church performance, they have played in her face because we know there were multiple instances where they could have nominated her and they didn't. Or multiple instances where she should have won the award and she didn't. For example, Super Freaky Girl last year. That went #1 for weeks. And what did they try to do? Put it in the pop category. When it was clearly a rap song. But they wanted to slim her chances by putting her up against all these white pop artists. And even this year, Red Ruby Da Sleaze. Why wasn't that nominated for an award? Why was her nomination a song that she shared with someone else? To me, that feels like you're trying to play her in her face. To me, it feels like you didn't want to give her the nomination, but you knew Barbie World was too impactful for you to ignore the song. But you didn't want to give Nicki her own Grammy. So you wanted to give her a Grammy that she shared with somebody else, right? And I feel like they only nominated her because they know their ratings are down, okay? We live in the social media era where nobody cares about TV anymore and nobody cares about award shows anymore, okay? People only care about social media and reality TV shows. And they know their ratings are down because people have discredited the Grammys for years now. A lot of people see it as an award show that's rigged. So it's lost its value over the years, and they know this. So they know a lot of people are not going to tune in. So I think that they only nominated Nicki Minaj so they could use the barbs for views, because they saw how Nicki Minaj hosting the VMAs impacted their views. Because let me remind you, this year when Nicki Minaj hosted the VMAs was the third most viewed VMAs in history. And she didn't even do shit. She was literally barely on camera. Literally. She barely hosted. And it was the third most viewed VMA award show. So they know that if they nominate Nicki, the Barbs are going to get excited and then we're going to watch the Grammys. The fact that Nicki has not said anything about the Grammys, I think it is very telling, and I think she is sending us a message to not give a fuck. Because they're clearly using us for views. And I don't think that they're even going to give her the award, honestly. She clearly deserves it. Obviously, but I don't think they're going to give it to her. I genuinely think that they're just using her for views. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but what I will say is silence speaks louder than words sometimes. Okay? So the fact that Nicki has not said anything, I wouldn't get so excited to go watch the Grammys. I wouldn't give them your viewership. Because they don't deserve it. And they don't deserve Nicki, period. Let's just look it up online after the show and see if she won. But I will not be watching the Grammys because I'm not going to allow them to use me for views because I'm a Barb. No thanks. I will look up the results later after the show. But if she wins, great. But if she doesn't, I don't give a damn because I don't care about the scammies. So, yeah. Nicki ain't said nothing, so I'm going to listen to Nicki's silence. And I think you all should as well. But that's all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you guys learned something from this episode as well and actually took some lessons from this because there was a lot to unpack here, okay? But I hope you guys are staying safe, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you love me and, you know, my take on things. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Shakira, aka Barbie 2.0, and I speak on colorism, texturism, featureism, and issues in the Black community. So if you like me and my page, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you very soon. I love you guys so much, and yeah, peace out.